Good morning, everybody. Monday morning, about 7 o'clock. It's got the wife's van all started up. Real fuel is negative 13 right now. So we're going to see how the old Bronco, she's been sitting since Friday. Let's see how she starts up. Because I have a feeling, oh shit, she is not going to like this morning. Oh! Oh man, that gear shifter's thick. Man, there's no choke. Oh yeah, she's cold. I'm gonna have to get a but yeah, I'll put my little throttle stick on her, but we'll call her good. We'll see you guys at the shop. Well, the driveway is starting to dwindle down a little bit on tractors. Still got a bunch over here on this side, but not too bad. Dad's parts for his truck should be in that TIP'em, the powertrain control module. I don't know, it's a fuse panel on these Dodges. And it's got a circuit board in it, and the damn thing burnt up. But from everybody we talked to, because there's about 12,000 miles from 400 on that old girl, and this is the first time we're ever replacing it. And I guess some people, we should have been on our third or fourth, but we're gonna get this in today also. Fuck with the starter, give that a hard start up, and then get ready to pull these brakes once we get some shit out of the garage. Let's get inside and see what we got. Well, officially good morning in the shop to everybody. Today, I think we're gonna mess with the carburetor on that, pull the distributor back out, I believe, because they got it off a tooth, because man, it's maxed out one way just to be able to get it run, and you don't want that. You got really no play back and forth for advancement or retardant. So we're gonna do that, play with the carburetor. They brought another carburetor, an actual original Holley, because I think this has got that Zenith conversion style. Yes, it does on it. So, and they brought us, these are what's originally on these old girls, these style of Hollies, and these are good carburetors. When they're working, they're hit and miss. You either get one that's great, you get one that gives you nothing but problems. But I don't see us having any more of those conversion kits on here. We got this little carburetor, some Chinese Amazon that these gentlemen brought for this, so we'll mess around. But first off, after that, I guess I'm gonna start on this. And battery was still good, surprisingly, and stuff, so just put new connectors on it, things like that. See if we can actually get this spin over, because now this is actually free. It was really frozen, so I know I'm gonna have to change that, and we'll get a video and see how much water's in that old girl. Well, let's get at it. Alrighty guys, let's see what happens. I did verify I can spin the motor over with the fan. The belt's actually somewhat tight where it actually will spin the motor, so it's not locked up. That's a good thing. But we're gonna see, because they got some issues here. Yeah, that got melted the hell off. But whenever I got it, they had the positive was hooked to the ground, and for some reason they were doing a positive ground system on this when it's got a 12-volt coil and it's got a Delco based alternator on it. So I don't know what the fuck somebody was doing, but I can see why they melted the battery cables. But I just had some cheap ones. We're just getting this all cleaned up real quick with the drill. Oh yeah, that's a lot nicer. Well, we're gonna see what we got. See if it actually will hit. Ooh. That battery cable is gonna have to get replaced with a longer one, because I don't like this. Yeah, we're gonna have to replace that. But for the time being, for testing purposes, this should work fine. So let's disconnect that while we tighten up the positive so we don't ground this out. There we go. Let's see if she'll start. See if she'll do anything. She does not. Oh, it sticks. Damn. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Let's get a jumper button and see if we can bypass it too and see if it'll actually spin over. Nothing. Oh. Starter's not wanting to engage. There's a bad spot on the ring gear. Spin the motor over a little bit. Yep, that's a bad spot in the ring gear. Usually when the motors stop, they usually stop on only 1 or 2 different spots when the motor shuts off. So you always get a spot about that long on your flywheel, or maybe a little less, but you'll get a spot like that where the ring gear's got a bunch of teeth. And you can pop the starter off, get in there with a file, clean that all up. That might get you by, but majority of the time, if it gets really bad, you got to split the tractor, put a ring gear on the flywheel. It ain't too bad, but while you're in there, you might as well check your clutch, all that shit and stuff. So, but yeah, this customer, I don't really think he's wanting to put too much into this tractor. I think he just wants to get it running. So, the fact that it does spin over now, that's good. Let's run a jumper wire and see if we actually got spark. See what they got going on here. Okay. What in the fuck do they got? Oh, okay, so that's what they got running for spark. They had that all connected to this toggle switch. Let's just jumper wire it. Because I'm going to replace all this shit anyway. Damn, yeah, this wire's so brittle. I just want to just stick it on this battery and just see if she's got any spark. Could grab a jumper wire, but that'll be fine for right now. Well, let's see. She's got spark. Yep, she does got spark. Son of a bitch. Let's grab some starting fluid. Let's pop a little bit of in there and see if she starts. We had the starting fluid recently just out because we had some shit boxes outside that wouldn't start. There's some starting fluid. It's one of my snowblowers I bought for 50 bucks. Like brand spanking new. They're like 98 or 2000, some shit like that. But spray a little bit of this in there and see what we got. Oh, what the fuck? No, the button's not working. I know she's got spark. We're gonna put a jump pack on it. Actually, we're gonna put the battery charger on it, but that's a good progress right there. It does got spark, so that's good. So now we're just gonna have to figure out fuel issue. Check the fuel tank. I don't know how good it is. Oh shit. It's actually really freaking clean. Cool. Well, hell. I might pop it off and see what we got on that. I might have a kit for that carburetor anyway, because I really don't want to use this Amazon junk. I hate this shit. You can just tell the quality of it's just fucking cheap. It's got a TSX number on it. And a Ford number right there, 8N95. Usually so you can tell when it's a Ford number, it'll be an 8N or a 9N series. But, I don't know. Let's get a charger on it and see what we got with a faster spinning battery. Alright, got the battery charger all hooked up. Oh yeah, she's putting out some bolts. We're gonna... Oh, definitely a coffee morning. Woo! Let's see how she whips over now. Should be a lot better. Ooh, that's promising. Now watch as I stopped it. Let's hook this back up, get us some spark. Let's go back over there and spray some starting fluid in it. I want to see if she actually will pop off. Because right now she's not, even though she's got spark. Give her a little bit of the sauce. Choke it. That's a good sign right there. I am going to disconnect this fuel line. I'm going to get our fuel caddy, bring it over here real quick, hook it up. We're going to see if we can get this running onto that carburetor, because that ain't too bad. I'll be right back. All right, I got the fuel caddy. My dad made this years ago and stuff like that. It's one of those old hospital bag, like fluid holders and stuff. And this is just an old can of mineral spirits that Dad, I don't know, epoxy welded on a little brass fitting and stuff. We just put gas in it and stuff. We can run them off the carburetor. So let's see what we got. See if I can find a good damn place to put my light too. There we go. Well, I think that's 7/16. So let's grab a 7/16 real quick. I can grab a line wrench because I don't want to take the chance of fucking anything up. 7/16. Snap-on, old snap-on too. No need to replace if it's still working. Always best to work these back and forth too, because these lines can get stuck to the fitting and you can actually, they'll rust up and you'll twist the line off. So I always, you spray a little bit of blaster in it or some type of lubricant, but I always just have a tendency just to work it back and forth a little bit, just like a brake line. But I don't know if this carburetor is good. Doesn't look too bad from what I looked in. I haven't looked in it with a light, but we're gonna see. That's pretty good. Doesn't look too varnished and no rust came out, so that's a damn plus. That should screw right in. Man, I love that old shit's all similar. Why won't it screw in? I was just bragging about how there it goes. I don't know any condition of this carburetor. It might be completely shit. I imagine. I mean, the fuel tank's drained, so I hope it didn't drain all out through the carb from just fucking sitting, but let's take care of fuels. I love these fuel shut-offs. There's little clamp pliers. You can squeeze hoses, tighten it up. You're all good to go. But let's tap the bowl a little bit. Oh shit, I left that damn ignition hooked up. Well, let's see what we got. See, I don't know if the carburetor's getting anything. Oh, it is getting wet. Okay, so we are getting fuel. That's a plus. Let's not choke it anymore. Give it a little bit of throttle. Ah, damn starter. I'm gonna have to take it off and clean it out. Maybe put a new starter drive on the end of it. Motherfucker, let's spin the motor over a little bit. No. Alright, we're gonna let that battery charge, but for a little bit more, and we'll probably get on that while we let this charge for a while. But that's a plus. I am dripping, so it is flooded out right now. So we'll just let it sit. Hopefully I didn't lose spark. No, I did not lose spark. It's great. So we'll unhook that, and we'll just come back to that. But we're making progress. Alrighty, battery's charged up a little bit. Where the hell's my button? We're gonna see what we got. That ain't too bad. Got about 30 pounds of oil pressure. Sweet. One thing I fucked up on, and I should have checked, was I should have checked to see if there was fucking oil in this. I don't know if Dad did or not. Normally, if there is none, we'll pull the dipstick out and put it on top. Oh yeah, there's oil in it. That shit looks brand, not bad. That was my bad. Before you guys do these projects, check the oil. Oh yeah, she's good. Well shit. Let's check to see if there's antifreeze in the fucker. There is. Good deal. Okay, let's just start back up. Holy shit, that actually is not running too damn bad. Not charging. But then again, nothing's hooked up, so yeah. I like that. That is not bad at all. Good deal. Well, I know it's been sitting a very, very long time. This has been sitting for a while, and the fact that she pops off and she runs that good, hell yeah. Good deal. The carburetor was good, so whoever did park this years ago must have drained out all the fluids out of the tank and line and everything. Good deal. Well, let's start messing with wiring and stuff and getting this all hooked up regularly and stuff like that so it's no more jumper wire. And we're going to address this starter issue. Maybe I might pop that solenoid out that's right here on top of this transmission and see what we got. But, because I know, I think there's a contacts or something on there, because it's like a rod, or it's connected in with the shift rail, I believe. And there's some type of engagement you push in there. It pushes up on the solenoid, and that makes contact underneath it and stuff, and then sends the power from the battery cable to the other battery cable that goes to your starter. But we'll see what we get in it. But hell yeah, she runs pretty damn good. Great oil pressure too. 30 pounds at an idle is not bad at all. But let's move on to the next. Alrighty, since we have verified she runs really actually good. 3-point, everything else works on her. We're going to get the starter issue figured out so we can actually use the factory engagement on here and see what we got inside there. I've never been into one, but let's see. Dad has, so That's a plus. So we'll get these top cables. Be careful on them, because I imagine you could definitely break these damn things. But I'm wanting to make the most room I can here, so let's get them off. And then we can get this fixed, and then we can address the wiring issues that we have here with everything, and probably not going to go back to this toggle switch setup that they have for running. Alrighty. That's 1/2 inch. Oh! Ooh, those things are been in there a long time. Actually, I'm gonna go grab my little electric ratchet and I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Yeah, it makes things a lot quicker. Neutral drop. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to that one. Alrighty, I don't know what the hell's in here, so we're about to find out. Okay, so it does. This has a little button contact in there in that rod. Yep, that rod moves it, pulls it back. This arm comes up, hits the button underneath here. And that connects the contacts in between here and sends power from this side to this side of the post. So what do you want me to do, Dad? Want me to pull it off and see if working it on the bench with the jump pack, see if we can actually get it to get contact on both sides? Alrighty, well, we're going to pull this off real quick then. And it looks fairly easy. It looks like it's just a cotter pin and a roll pin that's in here. Let's make sure not to drop anything. That's what we got. Alright, I'm going to let the boss man look and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, boss man told me to pull it, so I'm going to pull it. Make sure you don't drop that cotter pin. I mean, it ain't going to be the end of the world if you do. You're just going to have it in your bell housing. But there we go. There's the cotter pin. And then I don't see any washers or anything like that spacing the two. Pin should just pull out the other side. Alright, there it is. I can actually get to it. But I'm going to stick a long screwdriver in this so it doesn't fall back down. I don't know if I got one. That'll work. Alright. That's what we got. That's the starter button. But we'll hook the jump pack to it on this side and see if pushing the button and see if it's underneath this cover or not. But let's see what we got. I'll get it on the bench and we'll get back with you. Alright, I got the ohm meter hooked up to it. As you can tell, so you press the switch. Okay, so the switch is working. Wonder if the linkage isn't actually engaging it all the way. But we're going to pull that off and clean the contacts, Dad said, and see what we got in there. Well, that's what's on the inside. I don't mind that bolt. We'll get that out. But that contact goes against that contact like that, and then that button actually gets pushed from that rod, and then it makes contact on these, and that's what sends the power. As you can tell, contacts are very dirty. So we're going to get this all cleaned up, get all that stuff. A little bit of PB blaster on that stud. Oh, alrighty. I'm going to put this on, actually I'm going to get my drill out, wire wheel, and we're going to get that cleaned up. Alrighty. That's getting a lot better. Not bad. Getting somewhat cleaned up. It's dirty as shit. Might take some actual little paper to it real quick, some memory paper, and I'll get back with you guys. That's a hell of a lot better. Now let's get that put back on there and see what we got. I'm gonna get these cleaned up too while it's off. Alrighty, got that all out. Dad did. Got everything all cleaned up. Now we're just gonna find another screw. There's the broken one. Successful day. That's not too bad for a Monday if we're able to actually extract screws. So let's look in the little junk bin and see if we can find a little bitty guy. That's a hell of a lot better. Now let's get that put back on there and see what we got. I'm gonna get these cleaned up too while it's off. Alrighty, got that all out. Dad did. Got everything all cleaned up. Now we're just gonna find another screw. There's the broken one. Successful day. That's not too bad for a Monday if we're able to actually extract screws. So let's look in the little junk bin and see if we can find a little bitty guy. Well, good morning everybody. It's Tuesday. Just opening up the shop and stuff. I think this girl's all done. I had to leave yesterday early, about 4 o'clock, go pick up the boys. So Dad worked a little bit longer, but I see that battery charger got left on and it timed out. Yeah, 12:08. So that's actually a fully charged battery. But that's back together because when I left yesterday, we were messing with this. And, well, hell, battery cables. Let's see if this does anything. Ah, good deal. Hell yeah, I'm not going to start it up. I'm not going to make the shop smell like that. But good deal. That's awesome. Well, I'm going to disconnect that. Well, I guess now we can, we're going to replace the alternator. We talked to the customer yesterday. So we're going to throw a new alternator on it and actually throw a regular Delco 1-wire style instead of this 3-wire with the exciter. The ones we get, literally just have one post back here. You don't have to worry about any of this plug-in shit, none of that. 1 wire, and the way we run it to the key switch, you just run it to the accessory part of the key switch, which does have a keyed on hot and key off. So there's no worry about discharging or a draw on your battery, because I've had instances where you'll shut the key off and you get a 1.3 or 1.2 volt draw and it'll kill your battery after a couple days. But I guess we're gonna go to Napa, go get the switches for this, get a key switch and an alternator, and try to find him an oil cap also, because this is his oil cap right now. Mountain Dew cut out of that, and then he had like a Bible verse cut out and used for a gasket in that. But good deal. And there's no more fuel leaks and stuff after the new gasket. And this, you can take this nut off right here, and when you take that nut off, you pull this whole assembly out, and there's a little bitty O-ring on there. If you put just a tad bigger than what's on there, seals it up perfectly. Unless you actually got shaft wore out and stuff, but this one fixed it perfectly. But I guess we'll go get our parts and stuff, and then we'll get back here wiring this all up and stuff, and then see if the damn thing drives, because I haven't even tried driving it. Goes into gear fine and everything like that, PTO, everything like that. Hydraulics on this damn thing are amazing. That 3-point stayed up all night. Solid as shit. Alrighty, let's get at it this morning. Well, I didn't get it filming. I didn't bother it because it's no different than any of the 8Ns we've done on a 12-volt conversion. But got everything all wired up. Got everything all cleaned up. Got new wires, everything ran. Got the key switch mounted down here. Just backed out that amp gauge. There you go. Not too bad. No, she runs pretty good. I guess he's got an oil cap, but we're gonna call that a win. Another one out the door. Alrighty, let's see how this old girl starts. That ain't a good start. Oh, you're shitting me. She is an oil burner. She definitely needs that air intake. But no, got the Delco 1 wire hooked up. Good charge. Yeah. Yep, magnetized. That's running pretty damn good. Blow by out the ass, look at that. Woo! This girl is not meant for this world. Got the Napa key switch wired up right there. Going off of the coil, going directly to the accessory part, or the ignition spot. And then I got a main hot coming off of the battery to the key switch. And then one side of the alternator goes up, goes to the amp gauge. And then the other side of the amp gauge goes to the accessory part on this key switch so that you can turn it and shut it right off. But I'm going to shut this off. She's an oil burner, but she is good to go home.